Welcome back, everybody. Air show could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yes, we were so short-handed they kept yelling at us.
I don't know how to back people in well, so.
There we go. Sweet. Hang that up here in our little office area. Love that drawing. Thank you again, Lars, for that. If you're watching this, that is a really cool drawing. Thank you again. All right, now on the subject of the air show, we're happy that some of you guys got to come out and not only see the jet and all of our other aircraft and the Skyhawk in flight. Happy we got to talk to some of you guys, and that was awful cool to see some familiar faces and see some new ones. So happy that some of you guys were able to come out and meet us and get a t-shirt if we had your size. Sorry about that. We were expecting more t-shirts to come in. Still working on trying to find a vendor for online sales of t-shirts, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting a t-shirt. So we're still looking into that, but yes. It was a decent air show, even though the military didn't show up. And again, happy to have met some of you guys. We had fun. Hope you guys did too, those that were able to make it. So thanks, guys. All right, so got that taken care of. Now let's go take care of the jet. We got some lingering comms issues that we got to address. So let's go check that out. I believe we're about to crack open door 19 on the jet. Yeah, just grab the, yeah.
Carefully. Try to get the... There we go. Watch the antenna cable.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't know if it has enough slack.
How does this pin? Pins there.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. Alright, and there's our two radios in question right there. Trying to see how old they are?
Yeah, I don't see a manufacturing date on them, but they are old. Quite old.
Like 1999 old?
Yeah, these radios I reckon are older than me. So we're gonna just break safety wire if we want to pull these out.
Yep. So I wonder which one's 1 and which one's 2. This is COM 1 and 2. Number 3 is that nice fancy panel that's up front.
Yeah.
That's all right. We got the hatch open. All right. So if you guys haven't seen in here before, this is door 19. This is where a lot of the electronical stuff was on the F4. Some of our stuff has been removed with her being demilled. But some stuff remained, like the VHF radio. Yes, sorry, thanks, Justin. UHF, ballistics computer, and a few other things. But the most important thing is why we're in here in the first place is these two, VHF 1 and 2, and I don't remember which is which. But these are very old radios, and both of them aren't working right. So that's why we're in here trying to figure out that. And see if we can make them work right. If not, probably replace them. Maybe that's a little bit more thumb room. That's pretty convenient. I got a little handle. Not really, huh? Is it spinning?
No.
We'll probably need some pliers.
JP's gonna get this first try.
He's using a strong hand.
What's this one?
Hey, I loosened it for you.
Sure you did.
It's like the pickle jar.
What are your thoughts on Taco Bell? How weak is your bloodline?
What? They're just mounted in trays, right? And that's a radio.
Radio.
What's the back look like?
One big connector.
And an antenna plug.
And an antenna. No, that's not an antenna. Well, it's built into the connector.
Alright, so that's the tray. That's how they just slide in. Alright, and that was the same thing. So more than likely, we're probably sending those out to go get checked at the very minimum.
Yep, probably. They at least. So with these types of radios, it's really difficult to bench test them because everything that makes this work is inside there. So you can't really just plug that in. I mean, you can reverse engineer the connector a little bit, but...
So you need the radio, the tray, and a control head.
Yeah, so with these, we're gonna look at it. I gotta talk with the team and see what the plan is. But they need to at least be gone through in some capacity. But we'll figure something out at least.
Because they're old.
Yeah, they are quite old. But
the other one has a date sticker on it. We'll check that out.
Yeah, we'll show you all the usable tag.
All right. There we go. Hey, ta-da.
Radio.
What's this say? June 22nd of 99.
And the yellow tag means it's serviceable. So this isn't
That's
new.
not when it was new. Oh boy, that's
This thing was overhauled before it got put into this jet. So I mean, allegedly. That's what I think this means, but...
Isn't there a date on the little thingy on the front?
No, that's what I was looking for. It has a serial number. I may be able to go off of that, but yeah, it doesn't have a date or anything anywhere on the actual device other than this yellow
Man, check
tag.
out the heat sinks and transistors.
Yeah.
Wow,
She needs cooling. This thing, what,
that's old.
8 watt VHF AM radio. She'll make some heat, especially back here.
That's why it's air conditioned.
Yes, sir.
The plugs look okay.
But we'll see what we can figure out.
Indeed. All right, so we got these radios out and doing some digging through all of our manuals and even some searching. These are a lot older than we thought they were. So apparently these are made by Collings, and a lot of these were built in the early to mid 70s. So this could be a 50-year-old radio that got installed in 99, like you saw. That's when Collings Foundation got the jet. So we're already exploring options as far as either just outright replacing these with a drop-in replacement, or seeing if there's any serviceable ones of these left, or possibly even just getting these overhauled. So we're exploring some options as far as the comms go, because this is one half of COM 1 and 2, and 3, which was part of that nice GPS navigation system up there. That one works, but 1 and 2 do not. All right, so where does that leave the jet as far as getting back to flight? Because I know a lot of you guys are interested in that. So this is just one of the small issues that we got to work out. And bigger issue is we got to get the ejection seats. Those have to get gone through and reinstalled. I have no information on the pyro charges on those, so I'm not the guy to ask about that, sorry. But I know we got to get seats back in the aircraft. Behind me, the right main gear, not the main door that we had to rig the last time that we had her up on jacks, but one of those smaller doors on the side. We have to rig that door and make sure it's properly aligned is part of that. So she's got to go up on jacks at least one more time and do a couple gear swings and make sure the door is properly aligned and adjust as needed. See, what else do we got? The parachutes, once the seats go in, have to get sent out. We are not certified to do our own chutes, so the chutes go out to get inspected, packed, and they get certified, and those are good for 90 days, and that's most of the life-saving parachutes. So like our A4, F100, all the chutes that are installed in seats, 90 days service, and once they hit that, they got to come back out, get sent back out, pulled, inspected, repacked, and certified for another 90 days. So there's that. High-speed taxi, that's probably going to happen a lot closer to flight because we need a seat in, at least the front seat, and need to have a way for the pilot to get out of the jet in case anything happens or goes wrong. So that means seats got to be in and a chute within service. So that's high-speed taxi is likely going to be a lot closer to when she's about to fly. Yeah, just a couple other minor odds and ends. The ELTs have to have new batteries put in. So we got a punch list of things to take care of, but that's some of the big things that we need to do is radios, seats, gear swing, high-speed taxi, and a few other minor odds and ends on the jet to go through, and then she's ready. Oh, and a pedostatic check. That's got to get checked and certified as well, and that's something we can't do either. So just to make sure everything's good to go in the pedostatic system. So that's where we're at as far as the jet goes. So we are a lot closer to flight. Still got some things to do, but like I said, we are a lot closer now. So probably in the next few months, I'd imagine. We're going to keep plugging away at it. I know with it being towards the end of the year, you know, Christmas time, Thanksgiving and all that stuff coming up, things tend to slow down a little bit. So I do expect to see a little bit of that. But we're going to keep plugging away at her. We want her back in the sky too. We want her to be performing in the air show and not just simply sitting there as a display for everyone to admire. We want her to be in the sky. All right, some other tasking that we have to do is going through some of the ground servicing equipment, such as the NC8 here. So it's been a minute since I've messed with this thing, but in the meantime, we got a brand new relay to fix that over voltage protection relay. So that'll go back in. So that resistor I put in will come back out, and a brand new overvolt protect relay will go in. Can mess with this a little bit more. Got a voltage adjustment that I got to service that needs to be cleaned, and then make sure that everything's good to go, because that AC voltage adjustment, we may end up replacing that anyway, but it would go from about 112 volts and spike up to 150. That's not good. It's not good for, well, the generator can handle it. The aircraft, none of the aircraft that this would hook up to would ever like to be spiked like that. So we got to address that and make sure that is 100% good to go before hooking this thing back up to an airplane. But that's on the list of things to do. Hydraulic servicing cart, I don't think, that's just minor maintenance on that one. I got to put a battery switch on that thing. The MA1A, our other start cart, is basically a lightened version of a Dash 60. It's the starter unit of it without having any sort of generator capability. But that I need to make some adjustments on that, because it does not like to start. Well, here's past me talking about that. All right, MA1A start cart. I know at some point I got to get in here and swing some wrenches on it, because she doesn't like to start sometimes. And what I mean by that is there's a switch. It's literally right here. I got my finger on it. It's the centrifugal switch. So at around 35% speed, that's when the starter's supposed to drop out, and the electronics module on here puts full fuel to the engine so that it can accelerate up on its own. Right now, it's darn near close to 40% by the time that it lights completely. So and basically we're cranking on that starter way too long. At 35% is where that's supposed to drop out, not 40%. And then sometimes even we got to shake the cart so that switch can engage. So that needs some adjustment. I did that a long time ago, a few years ago actually, on the Dash 60, did something similar, but that was adjusting the 95% speed switch. But it's part of that same switch assembly, so that's something I got to do at some point. All right, we got that tug to go through as well. That is a old gas-powered tug. It is a 1964 model, so that is actually older than the F4, but newer than the F100. So, but the engine on that's locked up, so that's a project that's probably way further down the list. Huey would be nice to have going, but I've mentioned this on the channel before. That's got the 540 rotor system, because this is a short model Echo Huey, not the stretched Huey that happened with the H model and later. So different rotor system. It's very, very, very difficult to find good blades for the short Hueys, and nobody makes them anymore. The H model, the hotel model, and newer Hueys with the bigger blade system were far more common, and there's still a couple of vendors that manufacture blades for those Hueys, but not these ones. So that's another item on the list. Would love to see that fly again, but pending blades. Alrighty, and our last stop today is at our ME262. I know some of you guys that stopped by at the air show and talked to us asked, where's the 262? Well, she's been here in her hangar this whole time, and unfortunately still down for maintenance. The big thing that kept her from being out on the ramp is the hydraulic ram, aka the hydraulic actuator that makes the landing gear go up and down, and specifically the one for the right main on this particular bird. And without that actuator installed, you have a very high risk of folding the landing gear back into the bay, because there's nothing holding it down and locked at that point. So she is unable to be towed at all because of that. And without that ram there, yeah, it's not why it's out in the first place. Is it's got a leak, and it got resealed the week before the air show. We went to put it in, we checked it, and it was still leaking, so that was an immediate take it back out. It needs to get gone through. And they're special one-off rams. It's not something that you can just easily take to a hydraulic shop and, hey, fix it. No, we're still working through this issue. And I believe she's due for her annual inspection, so got a lot of the engine covers and casings and stuff opened up. So we'll be going through this as well. Hopefully we can get that ram sealed. But that is what's holding up the 262. Would have loved to have her out on the ramp or even flying, as she always draws a crowd anytime we crank her up and put her in the air. So that's where we are with the 262. So with that, that's pretty much all we have for this weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's getting a little bit slower. Again, it's getting towards the end of the year when we got, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and we're still trying to plug away at all of our aircraft, especially the F4. We want to get her back in the air. So thank you guys again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.